This is why I should not be left unattended in the chip aisle by myself, which is exactly what unattended means. So, as a result, we have several new or semi new flavors of chips, mostly from Lay's. There is the Sun Chips here, and we also have some Ruffles, which honestly, I believe these two are still from Frito-Lay because they basically run the chip market. So today we're going to be reviewing all five of these. I've taken them in order from least likely to completely destroy my taste buds to most likely over here with the honey habanero to destroy my taste buds. That way we can go from this side over here and actually still be able to taste them as we progress. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. These two here, the first two, fried pickles and the extreme cheddar, they could realistically probably be interchanged. But precautionary, I figured fried pickles are probably less likely to be spicy than something that screams extra, which that one, my video's backwards from where my reality is. Um, these two definitely scream extra. So we are going to reach over here and make some crinkly noises that you may or may not hear. And we are going to go ahead and get started on the first one, which will be our fried, still on the other side of the screen, fried pickles and ranch. I've got my headset on because it picks up my audio a little better, and we're hopefully going to operate that. I will warn you in advance, you will probably get some crunching, which, if that bothers you, I'm sorry. My software may take it out, but that's just the nature of it. So, fried pickles with ranch. They actually, I know it says limited time flavor, but they've actually released this flavor several times. I believe most recently was with their Best Tastes of America promotion or something like that. So it comes back quite often. It has a little hint of dill smell to it. It almost, to be honest, it smells very similar to like a sour cream and onion. So it's very mild. A lot of times with pickle flavored chips, there's a tendency for the kind of vinegar taste to overtake everything. And I don't know if it's because they're fried pickles rather than regular pickles, but it's not overwhelming even remotely. The overall flavor could probably be stronger, in my opinion. It tastes more like a regular potato chip than I think a fried pickle chip would. I don't notice the ranch flavor at all. So, um, I probably wouldn't intentionally buy them again. If they were available and I needed something salty, uh, they'd be okay, but I wouldn't go out of my way to buy them. They just they don't have enough flavor. So from that one, we are that's the right one. Going to go from pickle to kettle cooked extra cheddar or extra extreme cheddar, which seems like quite a few different modifiers. They look interesting. If you've had kettle cooked chips before, which I hope you have because they're a nice chip, they're a thicker chip, and the way that they're cooked, they they're a lot crunchier, a lot, I guess, more hard than regular chips. So I'm not entirely sure how they're going to accomplish this extra crunch along with the extra flavor. Extra flavor is easy to manage, just throw more flavoring powder on it. But the extra crunch concerns me a little bit. Bag opens easy. That's nice. It's Kid you not, it smells exactly like 100% like the cheese powder packet from Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. That is exactly what this smells like. Let's see if it tastes anything like it. They do look pretty well seasoned, uh, but it's kind of hard to tell because a lot of it's going to be orange coloring. Well, it doesn't really taste like the macaroni and um, cheese powder. Maybe a little on the end there. It has a very strong cheese flavor. I'm not sure if I would call it cheddar. It does come across a little almost sour on the edges, not like bad sour, like twangy maybe is the right. Um, because some cheeses, especially like a sharp cheddar, you'll have kind of that I guess the sharpness is coming through on the chip. They do seem to be crispier overall as a chip goes, because normal kettle cooked they're usually hard because they're thicker, but these seem to be crispy, almost lighter, um, like fluffier, if you can be fluffy and still be a crunchy chip. Mm. Zing. The zing is the word I was looking for. There is a little bit of spiciness to it. I told you. I didn't I tell you there was gonna be something to it. I don't know if it's just the amount of flavoring on it. It's got just a hint of like spiciness in the kind of the back end of that. So that was taste wise, it was pretty good, especially if you like a cheddar chip, similar to like the cheddar Pringles, those sort of things. It's also similar to the queso Ruffles in flavor, so that could be a comparison. But overall, the taste is pretty good. I would buy these before I bought the pickle ones. Um, I'm not a huge cheese chip fan. I'm a little disturbed by the fact that they smell exactly like powdered Kraft macaroni and cheese powder. But flavor wise, it's pretty solid. It's very strong cheesy. It has a little bit of a spicy undertone. I'm not entirely sure where that's coming from. And it's definitely the sharpness of the cheddar is definitely pulling through it. Yeah, that's about all I got on that one. So from cheddar, we are going to go to the chili lime. Now, the reason this one is third and not the Flamin Hot barbecue, um, it's kind of hard to pick with the Flamin Hot stuff because from all the Flaming Hot chips I've had and the Flaming Hot varieties, it just seems to be an overwhelming heat. There's not really a lot of true flavor to it. I apologize if you love the Flaming Hot stuff, but to me, it seems to be overwhelming heat more than anything else, which I guess is consistent with their advertising in being flaming hot. Um, so I think chili is probably going to be a little milder than the flaming hot, which I'm pointing the opposite direction because camera reversal and whatnot. So I am kind of looking forward to the combination of the flaming hot heat and the barbecue flavor. I'm not aware of any Ruffles barbecue flavored chips at this point, so it'll be interesting to see how they pull that off. So let me go ahead and scoot this bag of chips out of the way, and we'll grab my real bag of chips. They are actually that purple in real life. This looks blue, but it is very purple, and it has kind of fire in the background, like you can see there. Um, it is a another new one. It says new flavor. One thing on this that I'm taking a risk on is the fact that it is chili lime. I have never been a fan of the of chips that have lime added to them. I know hot foods and lime tend to go hand in hand. As far as I can recall, there's only been one. It was the blue something blue fiery explosion or something Takis, which I have a hopefully if I figure out how to point in the right direction, I'll throw a card up there on the top for that review. Um, they actually had lime in the chip. It was processed with lime and it had citric acid in it as well. And they were really good. Um, they were very hot, but the taste was solid. But they're not part of this video. So we'll get right into the chili lime sun chips. Oh, it's strong. It is really strong. I'm a little concerned about this one. The lime flavor, lime smell is really powerful. It smells warm, but not overwhelmingly hot. I'm just checking the ingredients here to see. Lime is the last ingredient, so maybe it's just strong because it's pungent, maybe. I don't know. So we'll try it. We'll find out. Okay, so even as strong as it smells, the lime is very mellow. Um, it's almost to the point where you don't even notice it, but it's just kind of sort of like it's peeking through the gaps. The heat's definitely there. It's not a very strong heat, which is probably a good thing to be honest, because a lot of these, I'm looking at you over there, honey habanero. Uh, a lot of these, when you get into hot stuff, hot flavors, it becomes overwhelming to the rest of the flavor of the chip. You still get the grains, the taste of the grains, without losing the flavor, or without it being muddled underneath the flavor of the chili and the lime. I'm really surprised with how strong that lime smells that it's not a stronger taste in it. I'll admit, I'm I'm a believer in the lime. It's been done well on these sun chips, if that's proper English. It's it's incorporated well. It's balanced well. The flavors are really solid. It's salty. It's kind of nutty, um, or nutty. I don't know if it's nutty. Grainy. Grainy is the word I was looking for. Um, and the lime isn't overwhelming at all. So far, this is the best. It's delicious. I will definitely buy these again, which is weird because, like I said before, I'm not much of a lime in my chips fan. So that was a successful, very successful bag of chips there. I'll set it aside so I can keep track of it. Now, our next one, in order of how much it's going to hurt me, is what I have tagged in my OBS as Flames O Barbecue. And that is the Flamin Hot BBQ Ruffles by this guy who I don't follow basketball, so I don't know right offhand who that is, but I'll read it to you off of here. Jason Tatum, who apparently plays for the Celtics. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong because I mess up everybody's name. So, Flamin Hot BBQ. It looks wonderful. It looks like it's going to be hot. And it looks like we're going to jump right in and find out. Well, the only smell I'm getting from it is actually just is a nice kind of subtle barbecue smell. But when I reach in here and I grab this, it makes me want to grab. They're not all that red um, inside of here, but that is a very. Let me see if I can get it close enough that it'll color correct. Hope it's just overexposing it. Almost there. It's a very dark coated chip, which the Flamin' Hot flavoring has always had red coloring in it. That's part of their thing. That's part of how it, um, yeah, part of how they present the Flaming Hot appearance. But honestly, all I'm smelling with it is the barbecue. So I'm kind of excited for this. It leaves powder on your fingers. So here we go. Hmm. Well, right away, I noticed the heat, and then it kind of draws back almost. So it's like, hey, I'm here. Nope. And then you get the smokiness of the barbecue. It's a really nice barbecue flavor. It's mellow. It's very, very smoky, but it's not too smoky. Um, and then the heat starts crawling back up, sneaking in on you, and it gets pretty powerful. I'm glad I did put these in the right order, especially for that particular one I tried. Um, as far as heat wise, these are definitely hotter than the chili lime. Taste wise, they're actually really good. They're probably a little warmer than I'd eat on a regular basis, but they taste good, and it's a pretty good um, mashup of the flaming hot flavor and whatever barbecue flavor they base this on. That's another one for the protect at all costs chair. So finally, we move on to do 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 the kettle cooked extra honey habanero. And this is going to hurt me. I know it's going to hurt me. You don't go habanero without pain. If you look really closely there in the middle, right in the middle of that word, it says pain. Again, this is the Lay's Kettle Cooked Extra Crunch and Extra Flavor Honey Habanero. I'm excited for it. The flavor is probably going to be really good. Habaneros and even on up to ghost peppers, the Naga Jalokia or the Boot Jalokia, they have a really good flavor. And I haven't tested it out yet, but I'm actually looking at a method to reconstitute habaneros in a way that would reduce their heat profile while still maintaining their flavor profile. So that's a different thing. And if that works out, I'll be sure to share that process with you guys. But we're going to get into this very painful bag of honey habanero chips. Well, they didn't hurt me when I smelled them. So that's important. I'm not sure. They smell like a kettle cooked chip. That's really all I'm smelling. Interesting. Well, wish me luck. That is super different. It's very hot. It's even hotter than the Flamin' Hot ones. Um, it takes it a little bit for the heat to come through. It's almost as though the chips have been glazed with the honey. It's sweet. Most sorry. Most chips most chips don't have a predominantly sweet flavor profile. Unless it's a particular, like the cinnamon sugar Cheetos or the Ruffles that are chocolate coated. Those are clearly going to have a sweet primary flavor profile. But these start out just it's like a glaze. I think is probably the best description. That's really unique. The heat's not nearly as overwhelming as I thought it would be. If you eat a lot of them, as I sit here in mild pain, if you eat a bunch of them, it's going to hurt. I can almost promise you that. But it's really not a bad heat considering it's habanero flavored. I do think that the heat of the habanero kind of overpowers the flavor of the habanero itself. But when combined with the honey like it is, that is a really good combo. I'm thoroughly impressed. Yep. This one's my favorite. This one here, which interestingly enough, I kind of had them listed according to how good they ended up. This is my favorite. It's kind of warm. It's kind of warm for the back of your throat. Definitely my favorite one there. My next one would have to be the yeah, we'll go with the Flamezo barbecue, which is right here. That one's gonna be my next favorite, so I don't have to pull all the bags over and try and hold them with just two hands. Then we got the chili lime, followed by the cheddar, and finally the pickle, which was okay. Hello. It was okay. It just wasn't. Let's see if I can do this right without making a mess of everything. Yeah, it's close enough. Uh, the pickle was all right. It didn't have a lot of flavor. I would have expected a lot more flavor from something that was both fried pickles and ranch. So that is the verdict. By far, the honey habanero wins this. If we were having a contest, not that we were having a contest, but that is the one who reigns supreme from all of these. And the pickles just kind of fell flat, which is unfortunate, but lots of other flavors. All of them seem to have a little bit of heat, even the cheddar one. So that's where we're at. That's my thoughts on it. That's how they taste. I'm definitely going to enjoy these honey habanero ones because that is a different flavor profile, and I'll have to look at combining honey and habanero and some maybe some other dishes because that works really well together. That'll wrap it up for this video. I hope you enjoy. I hope you learned something. And if you like the sound of any of these, go out and pick some up. Hopefully your local store will have them. I got them at my local grocery store. And that's all I got. So till next time, stay random.